Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating internet mystery. So, have you ever wondered why certain cat content just completely takes over the web? I mean, we all absolutely love our pets, right? But it turns out, looking at a simple list of titles from one totally skyrocketing channel reveals a lot more about our deepest human insecurities than it actually does about our furry little friends. We're going to decode exactly how this all works. Okay, let's dive into this. 3,800,000. That is the massive view count achieved by a single, solitary piece of content on feline behavior. And get this, it did that in just 5 months. That is an incredible, almost unbelievable amount of traffic for something simply explaining why a cat sleeps next to you. It totally proves there's this massive, hungry audience out there.
And this isn't just a one-hit wonder. Look at the baseline stats for the channel we're analyzing today called Fellune. They hit 106,000 subscribers with only 45 total posts. That's it. They're generating multi-million view hits in under 6 months of posting. I mean, that kind of rapid, exponential rise just doesn't happen by accident. So we're going to reverse engineer their exact strategy right here, right now, using only their raw data to see exactly how they get us to click.
Tactic 1. The curiosity gap strategy. This channel relies heavily on a brilliant psychological trigger. They leverage unfinished thoughts to basically force us to seek closure. They use these highly specific recurring templates to do it. For example, titles like, "If your cat walks on you at night, they're trying to tell you this," grabbed 645,000 views. "If your cat puts their paw on you," netted 593,000. It's a fantastic framework. I mean, we all want to know those hidden reasons our cats follow us around the house, right? Like, do they trust you? Are you their ultimate safe zone? Do they just want food or attention? Or are they actively doing some kind of territory protection? This trying to tell you this template creates an absolute irresistible psychological itch. You literally have to click just to find out which answer it is.
Tactic 2. Fear and urgency.
And this brilliantly illustrates that while curiosity is incredibly effective, tapping into a pet owner's anxiety is another wildly powerful weapon in their arsenal. The channel intentionally casts a wide net by juxtaposing two extreme emotions. On one side, they use heavily anxious, fear-based warnings, like "these mistakes could be deadly," to capture owners who are absolutely terrified of doing something wrong. But then, on the flip side, they pivot to deeply affectionate, sunny titles like "6 Deepest Compliments a Cat Will Only Give," to attract the folks who just really want to feel validated.
To pull this whole thing off, they rely on highly emotionally charged power words sprinkled across their titles. Words like silently, deadly, truly, and hopes. Listen to those. These aren't just your everyday adjectives. They're designed to amplify the psychological stakes for the owner. It essentially frames everyday cat ownership as this high-stakes emotional journey, raising our heart rates and practically forcing our attention.
Tactic 3. The ultimate desire, or validation.
So we've looked at curiosity, and we've looked at fear, right? But the absolute highest performing category of this channel shifts away from anxiety entirely. It pivots directly to the viewer's deepest, most fundamental desire, concrete proof that their cat actually loves them. Just take this massive hit. Do these 7 things daily and your cat'll know you love them. 1.5 million views. That is staggering evidence that cat owners desperately want actionable steps. Actually, it shows we don't just want to passively observe our pets. We want a clear checklist to validate our affection. We want to know for sure that our love is being received and, actually understood.
The climax. Anatomy of a viral hit. Now, what's really interesting about this next breakdown is how the raw data proves our whole psychological theory. When we compare the top 3 performers to the bottom 3, it is eye-opening. Practical, everyday logistics, like feeding them dry food every day or just playing with them, completely bomb. They generate a measly 2,000 to 3,000 views. But look at the top. Deep emotional validation skyrockets into the millions. If your cat sleeps with you, sits at the very pinnacle with 3.8 million views. It's wild. We aren't clicking for practical care tips. We are clicking for deep emotional connection. So the crucial point is what viewers are actively avoiding. Titles where the cat rejects the owner, like "Rejects Your Touch," pulled in only about 5.4 thousand views. But "Sleeps With You," 3.8 million. We heavily favor content where the cat shows us ultimate affection and closeness. As an audience, we're literally filtering our viewing habits to avoid feeling rejected by our own pets. Crazy, right? Which leaves us with this final, really lingering thought. When we consume millions of hours of this specific type of content, are we truly watching it to understand our cats? Or are we just watching to reassure ourselves? It really seems like this viral data might actually reveal a whole lot more about our own human insecurities and our deep need to feel loved than it does about feline behavior. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll leave you to ponder that the exact next time you find yourself clicking on a cat video.